My next guest was with me a few weeks ago and said this whole Hillary server scandal would blow over. Take a listen.
If every time that happened, we had some some Justice Department investigation, that's all they would be doing. I guarantee you, Jeanine, a month from now, we're not going to be talking about this. Mark my words.
Oh, you know what? I'll bet you lunch.
Oh, you got it.
With me now, Democratic strategist and advisor to Hillary Clinton's 2008 campaign, Richard Goodstein. So, Richard, where are you buying me lunch?
I'm pulling out my credit card right now, put my American Express card down, wherever you say. I mean, my pleasure.
Oh, thanks. I may even take you up on it if you're in New York. But
Please.
Listen, what a mess this is, Richard. I mean, come on. There's all kinds of things we could talk about. But Hillary Clinton keeps digging a hole deeper and deeper. Now her husband wants to speak in the Congo. He wants to speak in where else? In North Korea. Two of the most repressive countries in the world. And she promised to vet his speeches and make sure everything went through the ethics committee in the State Department, the ethics office. They never even told the ethics office about any of this stuff. Are these people like quick change artists? What are they?
Yeah. So, again, this emphasis is on speeches that never happened, and there's no evidence that Hillary Clinton knew about these speeches that never happened.
She did because
look.
She knew. Richard, you got to get the facts. She knew. And they even said, Cheryl Mills said to William J.C., talk to Hillary about why.
No,
okay, but they didn't tell the ethics office. That's the problem.
Jeanine, come on. No. Again, these are speeches that never happened, and there's no evidence that Hillary Clinton knew about these speeches. And what Cheryl Mills was saying is, Mr. President, if you actually need to be reminded of why not to do it, talk to your wife. But listen.
Oh, so
even
now
had
you
they
admit
happened,
that what I said was true.
Listen, had they actually happened, this would have been the scam of the century. We would have gotten money from countries that are kind of corrupt to go towards the Clinton Foundation, which is dealing with climate change and childhood obesity.
Cut the crap about the Clinton Foundation. 85% of it goes for expenses for the Clintons, for all their people who work on the payroll and travel. 15% of it at most goes to the foundations. But look, that's not what I want to go through right now. Why is Bill Clinton looking to get $650,000 when they said no? Bill Clinton says, well, how about if I get $650 to go into my Clinton Foundation? They want money, Richard.
Yeah. So this is a big myth. I understand some people who don't think good thoughts about Hillary Clinton want to propound this myth. But the money that goes to the Clinton Foundation is used for staff that goes into the Congo to deal with childhood obesity, to give women and girls opportunities they otherwise wouldn't have, and other places in Africa and elsewhere around the world. That's how they do their business. They don't give the money to other foundations. They actually pay people to go in and affect change.
You said, which is where he wanted to make $650 for a speech. But let's move on. Is this the best your party can come up with, Richard? This woman is always on the edge of ethical or legal, precipices. Is she the best your party has?
Right. So, again, 18 of the past 21 years, the Gallup poll of Americans asked who's the most admired woman in the world. Answer, Hillary Clinton. What do you think Carly Fiorina's 18th year of being the most admired, when do you think that will be? Listen, Hillary Clinton is somebody who Republicans and Democrats admire. There's these questions about her trustworthiness in these polls. When Bill Clinton was reelected in 1996, there were the same questions about him, but he was reelected because people thought he was going to do a good job again as president. And Hillary Clinton, I hate to inform you, will be elected because people realize she will be a good steward of this government. That's why Democrats love her. That's why in all the Real Clear Politics averages, she's running against every single Republican. And you know what? If I was a Republican, I would want to get her out of the race, too, because she's going to beat my guy, whoever that is.
Here's the thing, Richard. She's got to get out from under that FBI A-team investigation. We'll see what happens. You want to make another bet?
I bet you that next election day, the day after, I will be toasting Hillary Clinton's election. And we'll go double or nothing on that lunch.
No, okay, double or nothing on the lunch. You got it. Richard Goodstein,
okay.
Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
All right. And joining me now by phone is someone who feels slightly different about Hillary's server problems. Former United States Attorney General and current advisor to Jeb Bush, Judge Michael Mukasey. All right, Judge Mukasey, I want to clarify one thing. You now agree that if Hillary is indicted, it doesn't prevent her from running for office and for president of the United States. In fact, Rick Perry, I believe, is still under indictment, and he's running for president, correct?
Correct. And the statute that she could that bars somebody from holding office could not possibly apply to her, because the Constitution sets the requirements for being president, and they don't include not being convicted under that statute.
Okay. Now, let's assume that if Hillary wins, as my last guest suggests that she would a conviction prevent her from serving out her term?
No, it would not. Americans can elect anybody they choose, including convicted felons.
All right.
And I remember Mayor Curley was elected reputedly from jail in Boston.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Could she give herself a pardon if she was president and she was convicted of something?
The problem with that is that in order to give a pardon, the person receiving it, the Constitution says that the president can pardon offenses against the United States. Now, in order to provide the pardon, the person getting it has to accept the pardon. In other words, acknowledge that they committed an offense.
Okay. All right.
She's not going to do that.
Judge, I just have one quick question.
Okay.
Loretta Lynch is in the position that you were in. Let's assume that Jim Comey from the FBI makes a decision that they're going to recommend prosecution, and for whatever reason, Loretta Lynch or this White House, this administration says no. Can Comey hold on to this and bring it to the next president?
Sure. The FBI doesn't really recommend prosecution once it gets to the point of presenting it to a prosecutor. In fact, there are prosecutors working on a case now.
Yeah, but the difference is, Judge, is that Jim Comey is a former United States attorney, so I'm sure it's more than just the FBI. Anyway, Judge Michael Mukasey, I want to thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And we're checking in on our top story. The tragic news out of Houston is next.